Hey folks, as promised, got a million requests for this video, so here it is. Gonna talk about the most important thing to get prepared for the big day, the day of the recording session. What do you need to know to be as the most prepared you can be? So you probably, know to put new strings on your guitar, your bass, new drum heads on the beater side of your drums, get good night's sleep, no partying, bring your hard drive to back everything up. But something that a lot of people forget, breakfast. Okay, you gotta stay nutriated. You need nutrition. Fuel your body. I gotta say, I've said it a million times before, you can't rock and roll when hunger takes its toll, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite breakfasts, eggs. Let's do it. I want to show you guys how to cook an egg. My mom always said, if you can cook eggs, you'll never go hungry because they're not very expensive, for one. And for two, you can do a lot of things with eggs. You can scramble them. You can do the traditional fried egg thing, that's what we're going to do today, over medium. I don't like over easy. If the white is clear, I steer clear. I think the biggest mistake I was making when I was first using a cast iron skillet is not letting it heat up enough. So when you're getting up for the day, you're making sure you got your guitar packed or your bass packed or your drums are all packed up or whatever, and you're getting ready for breakfast. Before you even start making your coffee, get that pan getting hot, I just put it on a medium heat and then let it sit. Ooh, that's my cat Millie. She knows to hang out when she wants to get the butter. I give her a little piece of butter. Oh, so I like to make sure to put my hand over the pot. If it's hot, you should feel the heat. If you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Or just, you know what? That's a weird saying, because maybe instead just get comfortable with the heat. Just know that there's a lot of times passed. I mean, this pan is sitting there warming up. I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Who knows? Well, I guess that's the point of the of the tutorials. I should be telling you how long, but I don't look at numbers. Just when it's ready, it's ready. Well, you can feel it. You can feel for it. And it feels good and warm. Well, you know what? I do have advice. So usually there's a little bit of oil left from the last time I cooked. I try not to use water if I can help it, but I definitely don't use any soap when you're cleaning your cast iron, for God's sakes. The pan is warm enough when you can see a little bit of smoke from any oil that's left on the pan starts to smoke. Just a little bit. You don't want like billowing smoke. Jeez. Okay, so then add a little bit of oil. I added too much oil because I used this little I was trying to be fancy for the video. I don't use that crap when I'm really cooking eggs, but you just need to cover the bottom of the pan. I end up putting some of that oil back. I usually just dump it right from the bottle. See, you try to get fancy in life and you just mess things up. You got to keep it simple. It did look cool though, like I was a cooking chef. Yeah, sometimes fancy's cool, but the general rule of thumb is hot pan, cold oil. So you want that pan good and hot before you add your oil. And then you want to let the oil heat up before you add your egg. Sometimes, I don't always do this, but sometimes I put a little piece of butter in there too. That'll make your egg a little browner, kind of give that nice brown. Makes it look cool. And it tastes good. And really the true reason is then Millie the cat gets a little piece of butter too. Now it's her meowing. So crack your egg into the pan, and then don't mess with it now. Let it. Ooh, look at that sizzling. Just let it cook. Probably cook on, I don't know how long I cook this egg, but I would say you're probably looking at like 2 minutes on one side, maybe 3 minutes on one side, and then minute or so on the other side. If you're doing over medium, which I do, because like I said, I don't eat that over easy. It's gross. Don't eat it. Kind of looks like a spaceship, or like it kind of looks like an alien, like 2 legs. Or, if you look at it the other way, like a demented rabbit, like the yolk is the eye and the ears. Whoa! And you flip it. Flip the egg. See, that's the only thing about heavy cast iron skillet. You can't do that super cool trick of flipping it in the pan. I guess if you're super strong, you could. Well, see, that's a different kind of pan too, I think, If anybody watching this video is a chef and they're like, everything you're doing is wrong, that's fine, that's fair. But you probably know what kind of pan I'm talking about too. Maybe the Hulk could do it. Maybe the Hulk could flip it with this. He could do it easy. Well, he'd probably just throw it through the ceiling. So then you just slide it off of there. So here's the thing. I did end up eating 2 eggs. I like eating 2 eggs, 3 eggs, in the morning. Eat more than that, really. If it depends. If it's Sunday you have yourself a big breakfast. But the day of the session, maybe. Here's what I'm trying to say, guys and girls and folks, is don't just be skipping breakfast. Even if you only cooked 1 egg, you're doing better than if you had 0 eggs. I mean, that should be a bumper sticker. 1 egg's better than none. Just fun. Just fun to cook them eggs in there. So yeah, normally I would cook both eggs at once, but I thought I would just do one at a time. It's a little bit easy. It is a little bit easier. I think when you're getting started flipping them eggs, that one stuck a little bit. Just a little bit though. Usually in a cast iron skillet, they don't stick at all, and you're probably like, oh man, I don't want to cook in a cast. I need a flat, smooth. But the thing is, that porous surface. Now, I might be wrong here. I might be making this up. But here's what I think is going on: is that porous surface? Yeah, the egg fills in all those little cracks, and you're thinking, oh, that's just gonna stick. But if you don't mess with the egg, it shrinks when it cooks, and then you got less contact surface. Scientists, can I get in the comments? Does that seem like right? Good science? Good science to me. Nobody's arguing against it yet. So, and then when you're done, like you see, there's no sticking when you get cooking your eggs. I'll just take a rag and wipe it down. You're off to the races. Boom, done. Ready for more eggs. Thank Gloria. Oh, you see how I am getting fancy. A little dab of sour cream on there. Oh, a little bit of cheese for you. Why not? A little chopped up spinach. Here's the thing. Oh, and this little bit of secret aardvark. You know what I'm talking about. The green. Here's the thing. Sometimes you do got to get fancy because you're going to die. You're going to die one day. You're going to be dead. You might as well enjoy it.